I'm live. Okay. I know. It's not because I'm crazy. Not because I'm depressed. Not because I'm angry. I, truth of the matter is, I go for a shave and a haircut once a week, sometimes twice. And today is a day I normally don't go. And I go, and my fucking barber's off. Or my hairstylist, shaver, whatever. So I don't like fucking shaving because I just don't like doing it. And I'm not going to support razor companies unless they pay me a fee to promote them. Couple of things. Let's get the elephant out of the room. Um, I'm here like I said I would be. I will be here Friday like I said I would be. I'm sure I'm kidding you. My car, my man, smashed the Mac. So we got to do. All right. Before I start doing these, let me get this out of the way. Um, so I know a lot of people are concerned, saying I'm, it seemed kind of out of. Hi, John. Seemed like I was kind of out of whack. Saying like I was kind of getting tired of doing this stuff. The truth be told, it's true. It's not. I had a conversation with JJ, and it was a good conversation, and I'll kind of explain it to you. First, to get you to know this, he explained to me as far as the one game. It wasn't like he pulled the plug on a game that I gave out. He was anticipating the line going higher. Okay, kind of like Michael Jordan's son anticipating that he could teach his dad how to shoot free throws. Right? It's my son. What am I going to do? He's a fucking moron. But so he also knew that by saying it, he'd get a rise out of me. And the thing is, you get a rise out of me, I'm going to blow up. It's only human nature because that's what I do. Wes, what's up? Your beard is pricky as my girlfriend's bush. Yeah, Wes, you might want to do something about that. But hey, don't be shooting anything in there. Shoot one out the window or in the fireplace. Otherwise, you wind up with a kid like me. So you don't want to do that, okay? Fireplace or out the window. Or shellac the back. Never hurts anybody. Hey, Mark. But anyway, so he knew it would get a rise out of me, and he does. Just like when somebody makes a comment, somebody had mentioned that somebody can make one comment and I fucking snap. But I do, but 10 seconds later, I say, hey, it's all good. We're cool. But I just snap for some reason. So I guess my point is little things, not this show, because I actually like doing this. This is a lot of fun for me. And I know, shout out to Ray if he's watching. I understand. I didn't watch his video. No offense, Ray. I don't watch fucking anybody's video, and I like you, but I don't watch them. But I will try to. But I got a tough enough time watching porn and doing my own stuff. I can't be watching everybody's videos. But people are saying, Ray went out there and it's like, hey, don't listen. You guys, I bust balls. You can bust my balls. But I know about the ticket thing. I could care less. Anyway, back to JJ. So he knew it would get a rise out of me, and it did. And it might arguably be the best 15 minutes or 10 minutes or however long the rant was that we've done since we're here. So props to him for knowing me. Now, on the sad side of it is I've got doctors that say, wait, what are the words? I'm high strung. I'm toxic. I'm volatile. What's the other word? I'm fucking out of control. And I can't help it. So when you guys ever look up medicines that I take, you'll say, oh shit, now it makes sense. Lithium, clonazepam, Xanax, you fucking name it. I'm on it. And I'm still fucking crazy. If I didn't take it, I would be on the front page of every fucking newspaper being, I would be like, I'd be a crazy person. And I'm still definitely 15 minutes you do. Aren't we all toxic? Yeah, right. I mean, no question. You're on all. Yeah, every one of them. I take them every day. And here's the crazy part: I sleep probably 3 hours a day, a night tops. I sleep. My sleep situation is, I'll sleep for 20 minutes. Maybe 8 or 9 times or a half hour. I have not slept an hour straight. I don't know how long. So my schedule is probably like this. That's 8 o'clock. Go to sleep. Get up, it'll be 9:15. Like after tossing and turning like a horn church, like 9:15. 9:15, get up, lay around in bed, go back to sleep. I feel like I slept for 12 hours. I get up, it's 10:20. Go downstairs, check on some games, some things that are out that I need to do. So I'm constantly working, but I can't not work because it's what I do. It's where my daughter gets the things like, what does your dad do for a living? Well, he bets on sports and he plays poker. Wow, that sounds like a great job. No, he hates it. Then why does he do it? Because he's good at it. And here I am, 58. I'm doing this 39 years. I don't know anything else. And I can't not do anything. So this is what I do. But back in the day, I actually used to get paid for doing the shit that I'm doing now. Run pure sports, run pure bets. Uncle Dunkle, somebody. No, not a fucking quarter. Hey, Fax, I'm on my way to Vegas in the car, driving from Pennsylvania to Vegas. That's awesome, Ryan. If you're there long enough, my wife's there. She's there till Saturday. She's going to the Virginia Baylor game. So she's out there for a week, and I'm playing Mr. Mom at home with my little one. You are too high. How do I pick winners? I'm too high strung. I don't know. I mean, I will say this. I'll address this, Abe. It's really funny you mentioned. On January 1st this year, I have more than one, but I know one for sure that will be starting his 26th year. As a matter of fact, he sent me he had sent me a card for my birthday, and he said, that we're together 25 years. On January 1st, we start our 26th year together. And he says, I bet you I paid you enough money in 26 years. That's probably worth more. I probably paid for your house. I want to say, well, motherfucker, you paid me enough money to pay for both of my houses. I mean, I don't want to say anything, but I mean, and when he said something that made a lot of sense to me, it never occurred to me. In 26 years, we have conversations, birthdays or games, but we don't go back. When I have a client list of people that I send games to, it's always personalized, not like the shit that you get over here where it's like fucking member, click on Factsman, click on Joey, click on Red. It's not the way it is. Everything to me is kind of personal. I write it out. Hey, these are the games I'm betting. Stay by your fucking text or stay by your email in the next 30 minutes. I might have something live. So I did things a lot different than it is now. So I was always hands-on doing that kind of stuff. And even today, like I said, I've got people that I just can't get rid of. They will not leave me. So he had said, yeah, I mean, so I said, I didn't win every year. Matter of fact, I had losing years. I mean, I've had losing months. I had disastrous months. And he said, the thing is, if somebody ever knew how to read you, they didn't have to work again. He said, if you knew how to read you, you'd never have to work again. But I guess you do know how to read you because you're you. Does that make sense? And I said, well, explain. He says, when you run good, there ain't nobody fucking better. When you're in a fucking groove, you just could blindly bet. See my dog in the background? Vienna dog, come here. Show everybody. Come on up. Come on. You fucking prick. It's my little hot dog, Vienna. It's a cool dog. John, I'll finish the story. I'll answer in a second, John. So anyway, what was I just saying? That's the fucking drugs. Because I never remember what I just said. Well, what was the last thing I just said? I completely forgot. We were talking about my medication, whatever. Oh no, my sleep schedule. Yeah. So I just, my daughter was telling at school, like, well, why do you do it? I said, because I'm good at it and I hate it, and I got my player. And he says, when you run bad, like anybody else, you go 2-3 bad days, I fucking stay away. I'll watch. I get the games. I look, and then all of a sudden I'll say, okay, we got an 0-2, an 0-3, whatever. Okay, 1-2, 2-0, 3-1, back on. He'll come back on. See something go bad and gets off. So he knows exactly how streaky, just like anybody in gambling, it's very streaky. But I've lasted that long by not running into that. And me personally, myself, I've talked to my son a lot of times, and he's like, what do you got tonight? It's like, I'm taking a couple of days off. Why? Running bad. I mean, I know, but it's a little fun. What do you mean? You feel like a game? I don't give a fuck. You're not going to get me to go 0-10. It's not going to happen, okay? Last weekend, rough Saturday, bang, Sunday was good. Monday got fucking jammed. Showed you guys the tickets. All right, just play Tuesday, split, whatever. So today I'll judge by today, and things go a little bad, I'll kind of slow it down. If things go good, fire fucking bullets at them. And that's just it. A lot of people can't swallow that handicapping pride or that ego saying, oh, I'm due. Okay. I talked to somebody today. It might have been Ray or somebody. And, if you flip a coin 20 times and it comes out heads 20 times in a row and you flip it for the 21st time, what are the odds of being heads? Still fucking 50-50. Yeah, but no, facts. If the odds of it happening 20 times, you know what that is? It's fucking 50-50. Every spin of the wheel, roll of the dot, flip of a coin is always going to be a 50-50 proposition. So whatever happened yesterday or last week or my upsets, that win-loss, doesn't fucking matter. The past is history. The future is a mystery. Right now, today, I am talking to you people, and I am 0-0, and we're going to try to make some money. And I'm going to have to get quick on a basketball game that I'm looking at. Then we're going to talk about World Cup. We're going to talk about a bunch of things that is going to be real important that I want to try to get out of the way today, because Friday we want to get into baseball. Not baseball, football. So we'll touch on World Cup. But yeah, so pretty much the frustration that I have, and I just need to learn how to calm down a little bit. And it's hard because I do. And I know, like, a lot of people are saying, like, my son will tell you stories where I'm in Vegas, and I've probably told the story a bunch of times, where somebody was sitting in my seat, and guy comes up to me, and me and JJ are playing dice. He says, somebody sitting in our seat. I said, really? Who is he? So I don't know, but he saw your name on the seat, and he goes to sit down. He goes, it's our table. And my friend says, this isn't your seat. This is Joe Aprisina's seat. He said, well, you can tell Joe Aprisina when I see him, he could suck my dick. So he comes back and he tells me that. So he comes back and I got money on the dice table, right? And JJ's next to me, and all of a sudden, Ozzy comes up to me and he says, hey, Fax, you're not going to believe this. This is a guy sitting in our seat. And I told him, and he told me that when he sees you, you're going to suck his dick. I leave the table. All the time I hear JJ say, no, Dad, no. And I walked up to this motherfucker. I mean, he looked like one of the outlaws, with the fucking blue, whatever. He's just long hair, beard, fucking ZZ Top looking motherfucker. I didn't give a fuck. I would have killed him. And I wouldn't have got arrested, because I don't. And I went nuts. And my and JJ's like, and then this was probably about 5 years ago. He's like, Dad, you're like fucking 53 years old or whatever. You're not a kid anymore. You can't do shit like that. But I can't help it. That's how I grew up. And I just can't change that. It's just the way I am. I don't give a fuck. I mean, and not because my name is Chuck. But yeah, I do need to work on that. And again, this shouldn't upset me, and it doesn't, but other things do, which lead me to believe. That's what I'm saying. I'm just a hothead. But doctors are saying that I'm fucking, I don't know. They're calling me all kinds of crazy things. But fuck them. What do they know? They do, as long as they get their co-payment, they can give a fuck. All right, hey, Facts, I went to Vegas. I got that. This is going to just seeing her playing me and my daughter making the road trip. That's cool. I'm going out there to see her just playing me and my daughter are making a road trip. That's cool. Me and my daughter do a lot of shit, do cruises and stuff. Ryan, have fun on a road trip. It's awesome, especially with your daughter. So, Faxman, where do you play poker? When I'm in Vegas, I'll play Bellagio or, well, here I play at MGM. Atlantic City, I'll play usually at not Harrah's. Fuck Harrah's. Not even a poker room there. At Bellagio. Not Bellagio. What's the one? The MGM property there, Borgata. So yeah, I mean, I play in a lot of pretty big games. So, but I do hate playing it. But like I said, I just have to be good at it. Facts. Do you approach the World Cup any different wisdom from the Godfather? Wes, if you guys remember, it's cramming $2. Oh boy. Wes, do you remember Jeremy from the forum, the old man, the guy that was the fucking consultant for the World Cup for 56 fucking years? They got a betting group together. And was there anybody? I mean, for people from the old forum, everybody remembers Jeremy, right? Where we used to do our soccer games from. I mean, he was probably 70%. It was fucking unbelievable. And he's a really good friend of mine. Matter of fact, speaking of poker, I met him at the World Series of Poker long time ago. And we became pretty good friends. Anyway, he they have a betting syndicate that they bet fucking sick amount of money, like money that I can't even comprehend. So yeah, I mean yeah, Wes, I retained him for the World Cup, so he's fucking smoked me. He smoked me, monetarily. So but look, sometimes you got to invest, high 5 digits to win fucking high 6 digits. Just the way it is. But yeah, I mean, but I will get good stuff from him. So if you ask me any kind of questions, so I'll do the World Cup thing. It starts in 3 or 4 days, the World Cup, and so he's going to feed me about most of the World Cup stuff. My email I got from him is going to be games, totals, props, stage betting, whatever that means. In other words, he is going to know when a tie is really likely to happen because it will benefit both teams. He's going to know when it's actually beneficial to a team to give up, not score, don't care about winning or losing, but not giving up certain goals because of aggregate. I know nothing about this kind of game. I know I watch English Premier. I study. I pick games, and I play a lot of Australia soccer. Do okay, but I don't know World Cup rules like they do. So sometimes it's better off losing, or pushing, or keeping a game lower. But we've never lost, and we've always done real well with it. So yeah, there'll be a lot of money to be made in it. So I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know how much of it I can give all you guys, only because I don't know when I'm going to get it, and I don't do shows every hour. So again, we got Joe Ponzarelli, his lead guy in Cyprus, I think. We got in Trieste, Italy. They call him Joe the Trailer or something. I don't know, but he's some Italian dude. And then Jeremy's based in London with his son Basil. So they're good. Yeah. So we'll be good. It'll be good with that. Mark, love the outlook. Oh yeah, you're always 0-0. It's no question about it. It's a matter of principle. Assholes are assholes. Need to be called out. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, I always apologize. To it, right? Bolivar, I'll put it this way. Jeremy might be approaching 90. I think he's like 87 or 86. I mean, his grandson is my age. I mean, is it his grandson might be? Basil is, I think, 40 something. Basil's like 40 in his 40s. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, he pretty much runs the show now. The old man's still fucking sharp. Don't get me wrong. He just, when he goes to the windows, he's got like fucking Parkinson's, like when the tea kettle, not Parkinson's, but when you're like, I mean, he could do that and say bet under 4.5 fucking goals. I mean, I'm not making fun, but I'm just saying, I love the guy. Let me tell you something. I'll be in England. I've been there many times to see him when he comes to the States, or on holiday, as he calls it, or calls me on the telly. I hate that shit. And he does have yellow teeth, but he's from England. So what are you going to do? Fuck him. He puts out winners in soccer. I'm here to make money. It's the name of the game. Don't love what I do. I just do what I do. So that's going to be our soccer situation. So again, don't complain to me about a game if it loses, because there will be games that lose. It works. Whatever we've done works. So we're not going to fight it and don't do it. Another thing that I wanted to tell you about is, which leads to my frustration, is the wait. You know what? We'll lead to my frustration in a minute. 6 o'clock, college basketball. I want everybody to play the first half on East. No, it's the that's football. All right, let's do that now. First half football, Eastern Michigan is plus 4.5 against Kent. It's a 6 o'clock game. I also want you to take Eastern Michigan for the game plus 7.5. Besides last week, Kent hasn't beaten anybody in that fucking conference by more than 7.5 points all year. Why should that change tonight? Eastern Michigan might even be a better team than Kent. It's close. It's a coin flip. Why not take 7.5 points? It's a coin flip. Why not take 4.5 for the first half? So that's what I did. And so got a lot of these motherfuckers today. So people know that we are on it. And I don't have much money, but this was my last $1,000. Eastern Michigan first half plus 4.5 for $1,000. Okay. So Eastern Michigan, get that down. We like that game. So we'll get back to the rest of them later, but wanted to make sure you guys are up to fucking snuff on the early stuff that's going on. My other game, okay, got my other one. Where the fuck is that? Where's my basketball? 6 o'clock. I want you to go over 65.5 Michigan, Pittsburgh. I don't want you to play the game over 65.5. I just want you to play the first half. So I'll take this ticket to show you why. See this. Michigan, Pittsburgh, over 65.5. Juice was only 105. Put up 1050, win $1,000. It's okay. It's a day's pay. What's up, Factsman? Hey, Snuff. What's going on, buddy? Yeah, so I'm going to tell you why I like this game. And again, I like to do things that make sense. I don't really like to do the analytical shit. Fuck that. That's why my son makes all the fucking money, and I got to fucking scratch shit with the chickens to just fucking grab a day's pay. Like I said, why I like the Michigan Pittsburgh game over. Last game, Michigan put up 40 points in the first half. They're pretty much a good first half scoring team under this coach. What's his name? The guy that played in the NBA, whatever his fucking name is, Howard. Is that his name? Whatever the fuck his name is. He shouldn't even be the coach. He's not the coach. Actually, the coach from Philly, from the Temple coach or the St. Joe's coach runs that team. He's just a figurehead, the big black guy. He's good. He's a good guy, but he doesn't do shit. Anyway, they put up 40 points in the first half of the last game they played, which is fine. I mean, you expect that from Michigan. Their first game in the season, I think they played Eastern Michigan. Too many Michigans and Eastern Michigans tonight. But that halftime score was, I think it was 87. So there was 87 points in the first half. So Michigan gave and they scored. That's good. But I'm not going to make a bet on an over unless I could at least validate the second side. So then I look at Pittsburgh. Their last game, there was 85 points scored in the first half. 85 points. 87 and 85. First half. Pittsburgh scored 37 in the first game of the season in the first half. Pittsburgh scores 37 points in the first half of this game. We could fucking mail this thing home at the 5-minute mark. We're good. So I don't want to play the game because the game could get out of reach. And again, I gave you guys reasons on a college basketball game yesterday. I was 100% right, but lost a fucking boatload of money for doing it. What did I say? I said, I think both dogs, a 34-point dog in Delaware State, they have enough shooters where they could put up enough points to make this game go over. I'm not going to take 34 points. I'm not going to lay 34 points. But I think that the line is probably, they're going to score their end. Well, the problem is fucking Villanova shot 2 for 31. Who expected that? Then I took Maine, and I said Maine could shoot. Maine's going to jack up threes. So they're a 20-point underdog. I look at the score. They score more than I expected. The problem is they beat Boston College straight up, a 20-point underdog. Cost me the over. So I'm doing the right thing. I just didn't get the right results. And I kind of like fucking zig and zag and not know what to do. So I should have probably just said do them both. Take the 2 dogs and take both over. I didn't. I paid the price. Fucking live and learn. It happens. So Michigan, Pittsburgh, college basketball starts in 35 minutes. We're going to go over 65.5. I do not have an opinion, or I did not wager on the first half of that game. Juwan Howard, that's the guy's name. My ratings have Eastern Michigan -1 or pick on a neutral. So yeah, I mean that's what I think. I think it's a coin flip. I mean I think it's a coin flip game. Want to take the points? So do you want to get the rest of the college out of the way? Okay, we'll get the rest of the college. I took Iowa +1.5 against Seton Hall. I didn't bet it on the money line on the ticket I'm going to show you because it wasn't available at MGM. Again, when I'm done playing poker, I hit the kiosk, I go to the MGM, and I make my cash bets. That's why I show you these tickets, and they're limits. You can't bet more than $1,000. If they did, the tickets would be a lot more. Plus, I'm not a fucking cash better. I play offshore. I play locally. I play with the same books that you guys play with. But that's like my walk around money to play with. So I took Iowa +1.5. Iowa has the better team. They play in a better conference. My dad used to say this about and my dad was real smart. Not as smart as JJ's father, but really, really fucking smart. He used to say to me when it came to 2-point favorites and 2-point underdogs, he used to say, give me a road fucking favorite, -1 or 2, or a road dog +1 or 2. Because in college basketball, because if they were playing that game on their home court, they'd be -9. So I know Iowa plays in a better conference. They have a better team. And they've got a little more stability on a coach that's been there forever, as opposed to Seton Hall with a new coach, first-year coach. the guy that came from St. Peter's that went on that run. So I'm getting a point and a half with the better team, the more physical team, the team that's played together more. So to me, that's a no-brainer. Abraham, what's my strongest play? The fucking bet I make. I don't rate plays. I wouldn't know how to do it. Like, could you imagine if I would have said, look, I really love Iowa. Play that one. I mean, the over in the Georgetown game is okay. My Iowa is a 5-star bet. Bet 5 times your average bet on that. But then the over in the Georgetown is only a 3-star bet. And then Eastern Michigan is just a 1-star bet. Aren't you going to say to me, why are we betting a 3-star or a 1-star or a 3-unit or a 5? Bet the fucking game you like. So if I bet every game exactly the same for the same amount of money, as long as I win more games than I lose, which I do, I'm going to make money. So I know these people that'll sit there, and it's a spin that people use, and they're motherfuckers. What they do is they say, I'm 6-5, or I'm 7-3. Yeah, but your 3 fucking 10-star bets lost, and your 1-star is won. So you're showing the 7-3 record, but you're not claiming the minus 16 units that you're down. Now we flip it. The guy's 3-7, hits his 3 10-stars. I'm up 30 units, but down 8 on the other games. Plus 22 units if you follow my game. Motherfucker, you're 3-7. I wouldn't follow you to hell. Are you kidding me? So these are just spins. You play every game exactly the same. You don't have to kick yourself in the ass. I'm not like a quarter unit guy. I may say the term quarter unit like I got 3 games tonight or 4 games tonight. I say, look, bet them all straight. You're good. You know what? For shits and giggles, turn around and, like, if you're a $200 better, take a $50 bill and make a 4-teamer just for the hell of it. You know, maybe we catch lightning a bottle and catch it. Not as I don't want to say it as a fun bet, but it's a game that you can do that with. But no, I mean, I just never got that, play this one for 500. I play exactly the same amount of money on every game. I do not play one better than the other. There will be an occasion, okay? There will be an occasion that I will like a game really a lot that I think there's a major, major mistake in it. And I will say 3 or 4 times a year, guys, I'll shoot out with my email, guys, and I say, look, double play this game. And it doesn't happen a lot. It's not, I don't tag it as a game of the week or a game of the month. Double play the game. It's a good play. So basically, it'll count as 2 games for us. But if I'm giving you first half of the games, those are like double plays, because we hit them both. You win in both of them. But that's about as far as I go, as far as that shit goes. I don't, I'm not rating games. Hey, Factsman, how often are you at MGM on Oxonhill, right down the street off of St. Barnabas? I don't know. I mean, I usually go in the middle of the night. Sniff, you'll probably see me there. I mean, if you go, I live near Mount Vernon. You know where Mount Vernon is? I'm there. So, I'm not far. I'm, a few minutes away. I get out there now and again. But yeah, I mean, usually you'll probably see me a lot of times at the sports book. People seem to recognize me at the sports book in there. I go there a lot of times on either Saturday morning or Sunday morning early to check their early lines out. And sometimes there's some major mistakes there on lines, like really different. But yeah, I mean, you'll see me there. I mean, go if you go to the sports book, ask for Robin. She's one of the sports book managers there. She'll point you out. I have my own seat there in the room by the TVs, so you'll always see me sitting on one of the tables, or I always keep a table there. So you'll just ask Robin. She'll know who I am. She'll find me if I'm there. So yeah, come and say hello. It's the worst that could happen. You buy me a beer. Money earned in Mount Vernon. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not fucking Beverly Hills, but I mean, it's not Compton. Sorry, Mount Vernon's nice. It's a good area. Been worse. Okay, so now we got Iowa, right? So we're done with Iowa. We're gonna play Iowa in college basketball. We're good there. Just a side note: first 2 games, Iowa averaging 100 points a game. Seton Hall 79.5. 21-point difference. Both have played shit teams, so it doesn't really matter. But that's 21 points. It's hard to make up. What are we left with? We're left with some other games. I know we have some other games. I got Thursday here. We did Eastern Michigan, right? Okay, let's go to the other college basketball. Let's go to the other football games. Northern Illinois is playing. Fuck is Northern Illinois playing? They're home. They're playing some shit. Fucking Miami of Ohio, is it? Yeah, they're playing Miami of Ohio. I think they're a shit fucking. They're a shit team. I forgot who the hell they're playing, but I know. I bet again. I'm going through one of them fucking droughts again. The reason I bet Northern Illinois, I don't have really a big reason. I mean, Miami of Ohio to me is, this is an example of me telling you sometimes you got to go from the gut. My gut tells me the home team here wins. Miami of Ohio, I don't know. I mean, Northern Illinois scores fucking 29 points a game. The other team scores 19. That's 10 points. I'm getting the home team, in a midweek game. I don't have anything that could put me on Miami of Ohio. So it's one of the things where, you know what? When in doubt, take the home team. Again, a coin flip game, but I think I got the edge with the scoring with Northern Illinois. And I'm going to play it for that reason. So not a bunch of stuff on it, but that's one of the reasons. I remember the Atlantis vacation you took, and they limited you to 1,000 on sports the whole weekend. And you did a video. Oh, I was fucking crazy that weekend. No, Wes, it got worse. On that weekend, they fucking shut me out. They put first they put me on $1,000. First they put me on $1,000 limit. I bet 3 games. No, I bet 3 games for $3,000 each when I got there. Just, I don't know, they were just random games, whatever it was. And I happened to go 3-0. So then I go there the next day and they said, Marine in the classroom, George, I was telling guys in the forum, were you around when we were doing the in-game soccers with Jeremy? Or was that you? Were you later? You might have been later. When we used to do the in-game soccer games, they were fucking fun as hell. Anyway, I'm just checking. Yeah, Wes, that was then they said, no, I'm sorry, I got to cut you to $1,000. You're cut to $1,000. I'm there for fucking 4 days. I don't do much gambling in the Bahamas. I'm usually during the day. I'm with my kid on the the lazy river and all that shit, and doing stuff with her. And then at night I'll bet a couple of games. I'll do a little bit of table play, but I like to bet the games and kind of hang in the room or whatever, or just or walk around and just catch some scores. And yeah, so then they changed it from 1,000 a game to 1,000 a day. I went fucking crazy. I went fucking nuts. And I said to him, I remember I walked in and I said, I won 9 dimes on fucking I won 9 dimes the first day I was here. I won like 2,800 the second day. I'm up, 18. I'm up like 16,000 on the dice table. And I said, guess what? Fuck you. I ain't gambling no more. I'm gonna give this fucking money to charity. I was fucking showing the money in the guy's face. And I said, all them games I bet were fixed. Fuck you, you fucking jerk offs. And I think it was a William Hill place too. And I play a lot of money with William Hill and other places. But yeah, I went fucking crazy. But I got him and I fucking stopped. Yeah, I wasn't going to sit there and like, hey, can we discuss this? I think my son would say, listen, maybe there's something rational we could do about this situation. I mean, we know $1,000 is silly, but maybe 3,000 is silly too. So I understand your risk versus reward and your ROI and your dick in your mouth and all the shit my son says. But the thing is, I don't do that. That's why I'm on the medication. Come on, weather crap in DeKalb. Yes, we do know that. Anyway, I was before any in-game stuff. I was before any. Oh, yeah, that's right. But I'm pretty sure you've heard of all the shit we've done. Steph knows what the fuck is going on. Yeah. See, I know exactly where you are, buddy. You're not far. You're off Oxon Hill. As a matter of fact, I took JJ and his wife probably spent more money at the outlet there. The outlet mall's there. It's probably right around the corner from your house. I go there once in a while too. I pick up some Nikes every once in a while. It's a pretty good place. But yeah, I know exactly where you are. So if you ever owe me money, I'll fucking hunt you down like a dog that you are. Just don't borrow fucking money from me. Kidding you. See, I could joke like that, but it's But McSniff is my boy. I want to see him at MGM. We're gonna fucking, take him to Voltaggio's for dinner one night. You ever been to Voltaggio, Sniff? Best fucking steak on the planet. So let me know. I'll hook you up. Anyway, all right. So we got that. Okay, we got another football game to talk about. Shit, this is running late. Samantha, motherfucker. Samantha, hook it up. All right, when you're done, hook me up. My daughter doing errands. You know what you're supposed to do. What I tell you to do. What I tell you to do when I'm almost done with my video. When you're done, no rush. The house ain't on fire. This fucking kid. All right. We got one more Mac game tonight. my daughter. Like, me and her are alone for the week. It's nice and quiet until I start yelling at her. My wife should stay in Vegas for another couple of weeks. Nah, I'm only kidding. I miss her. Fuck. Somebody's got to be doing the laundry. Nah, she's good. Good wife I have. I will say that. I bust her balls a lot. How the fuck don't you bet Central Michigan in the first half -6.5? Seriously, how don't you bet it? Are you mad at your money? I'm in Central Michigan for the game 10.5. Did I bet Central Michigan? Let's look and see if we got tickets. I don't think I got. They had that game off the board, or they had a bad line. I showed the Eastern Michigan. Did I show? Oh, just in case you think I'm lying about this one. Northern Illinois. I laid a half. I had the option to get it at a pick at 120. Fuck it. I'll take. They'll win. -1/2 plus 105. 25 cents. They'll win the first half. Free girls chat in your city. Really? I have them. They chat with me all the time. And it's only 99 cents a minute. So I hear. Anyway, so yeah, the rest of the stuff, like these things here, just kind of like mix and match in some round robins, with the same teams, as you'll see. Just, a couple parlays and things like that. Shits and giggle kind of stuff. Get rid of the fucking spam, JJ. I'm telling you now. Get rid of the fucking spam. Okay? I need to be up on that. Weather crap. Yeah, weather's bad, Michael. Weather's bad all over the place. Holden is here. Yeah, no, if Holden was here, it'd be the fucking Blue Boys of Bourbon Street. He is definitely. I'll tell you why. If he's not a cocksucker, he's damn sure trying to become one. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But, yeah, I mean, I like Holden. I do. I bust his balls because I can. He's just a little feminine for me. I mean, a little bit. Doesn't he appear that way? I mean, I don't know. I'm going to end up making a 4-hour drive to hit that steakhouse. Right, I'm telling you, that fucking steak. Pull up the menu. McSniff, pull up the menu. Voltaggio Brothers Steakhouse at MGM. I'm telling you, your dick will get hard. I mean, it's going to cost you money, unless I go with you. But, I mean, it's legit. It's a fucking legit place. Then when you're done, you walk into the sports book or go to the fucking blackjack table, do what you want to do. So, yeah. So I'm going back on Central Michigan. Here's the thing. Western Michigan is 0-2 their last two games. So they've scored 30 points in their last two games. That raises the fucking flag to me in that conference. What do I say? You don't score points in that conference. That's fucking bad news. So they've only scored 30 points in two games. Now, Central Michigan, they've scored 66 in their last two games. Pretty big difference. Here's even a better one. Western Michigan's only scored 54 points in their last 4 games. 4 games, 54 points. Again, Central has scored 66 in their last 2. I don't like teams that don't fucking score. So Central, I like teams that are winning. Like Ohio, what I say? We're gonna bet Ohio whoever they're playing next weekend because we won with them 4 straight weeks. We'll just keep betting that fucking team because the streak is infinite until the season ends. We'll keep playing them. Next week, Ohio game. Robert, yeah, we're gonna play them next week. Holden wears his boxers on. I think he wears them. I think he wears bloomers. Sauce. I don't think he wears fucking dude's underwear. I think he wears ladies' fucking underwear and he cuts a hole out for his little dick to pop through. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, if I was a betting man, which I am, I would have to say that would be the option I would go because he doesn't seem like a boxer or a brief guy. He just seems like, I don't know. He just seems like the type of guy that would wear women's clothes. Speaking of which, my son does, which is scary because I showed you the jeans. And that's a whole nother fucking story I want to kind of put to bed. But yeah, I mean, and they seem to get along, these two guys, but whatever. I mean, my son's married. Get me a grandkid. I could give a fuck what you do on your side time. I guess your wife does either. She's a good girl. You want to go blow dudes on your spare time, do it. That's fine. Just, send me a fucking paycheck here and I'll promote your site. That's all I can tell you. And that's all I can say, So last thing I'm going to cover here, because I'm in here Thursday. I know I'm not going to see you guys on Thursday. Here's what I did do on Thursday. I bet Green Bay -2 for the first half of the ball game. Green Bay is -3. I don't think it'll be a problem -3, but I don't like pushing. Pushing is like kissing your sister. It makes no sense at all, and you get no satisfaction out of it. So I'll buy the half a point down to 2.5. Lay a little tax on it, but I don't care. Not that I think it's going to matter, but again, I don't like pushing. It just doesn't. It's not for me. So yeah, Green Bay first half Green Bay game for tomorrow. I think Green Bay gains a little momentum from an overtime win against Dallas. We had that as our upset special. Short week, cold in Green Bay. Big disadvantage, for the road team here. I'm going with Green Bay, thinking they're gonna, string another one in a row. I like that. So we have any update information on quarterback situation with Northern Illinois. Both sat out the last 2 games, and are both undetermined as far as I know. From what I know, this is from what I know. And again, MAC information is really, really fucking sketchy at best. They're saying they're using 2. They're going to split duties. This is the information I'm giving, that I've been given, and most of the line service are having it as well. I'm not 100% sure if it's smoke, if it's not. I don't, I know last week they had a situation like that as well, and it seemed to be okay. I mean, it wasn't like fucking disastrous, but I mean, I don't know. They'll be fine. I mean, again, when I discussed that, when I discussed the Northern Illinois game, I kind of kept it as small as possible, not because I don't like it anymore. It's just a gut for me, and it's again, I think it's an even game. I like the home team and the team that scores more points. And yeah, again, I don't see anything. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, everybody's wrong, because we're all getting the same information. So so that's where that is. The Thursday game, I gave it Green Bay. Here's one that's going to be, you do what you want on this one, because this is pure me being fucking, pure contrarian here. Okay. I had to make a decision. Remember, I told you sometimes I should give both games if I like a side or a total, instead of just picking one and getting fucked. So on Thursday, I had a decision to make whether I should take SMU plus 3.5, or I should take under the number of, I think it was 65.5, whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, something like that. 65.5. I didn't know. 60. Yeah, I think it's 64.5, 65.5. I forgot what it was. So I didn't know which one to do. And I said, well, fuck it, I'm going to do both. Now, World Cup, who do you like, Tyne or Qatar? Because World Cup's first game, who do you like, Tyne or Qatar, because they're hosting it? Guys, if you ask me questions about the World Cup, I would have no answer other than a handicapping opinion of something that I know, that I do a little research on. Someone else's opinion would be probably a lot more than mine. I'm only going to give you what I get, and I haven't gotten anything yet, and I probably won't get anything until day of. These soccer matches, being that there's so much money bet on them, it's kind of like the Super Bowl. The bulk of the huge money comes in hours or a couple hours before the game. Sometimes they come off right before they start, so it's an unusual situation, but that's the way it is. I wish it was different. It's not. I guess if it was different, it wouldn't work. Yeah, right. I meant it, and you is fucking legitimate. Anyway, they usually play good in crap weather. Okay. I think Henry smoked them for 140 in the Green Bay game. Well, this is the Green Bay game, Robert. Okay. I mean, well, okay. I mean, he can run for 140 yards. That's fine. I took the Packers last week at fucking home against a team that was supposed to blow them out, and I just think that they needed that win. If you like the other side, that's fine. Just watching the line movement, wanted to hear you rant on it. I didn't. The line movement on what, Just? Which game? On the Qatar game? I haven't looked, because I made this thing. I made this thing with myself, is I'm not going to get caught up in it. I think on Thanksgiving Day there'll be more fucking World Cup games, or that whole week. It's going to be really, really crazy with the things mixing. So I don't want to get emotionally involved in my opinions on it. I might have a couple, and I'll share them with you. But yes, I mean, I will be making a lot of really, really, my biggest plays I will be making. I will leave out some NFL or basketball to make big plays on World Cup. Now, again, when I sit down and I say, well, big plays, I let you play everything exactly the same. I do. But what I'm saying is, when I play football for an entire football season, I have to play them exactly the same. In a 2-week span or a 3-week span or a 4-week span, whether it be a tournament or something like this, I might up the stakes a little bit because I know it's a short period of time. It's not a calendar year. You can't bet different amounts in a 162-game baseball season. You'll get fucking annihilated. But I just might up my stake higher per game. Not bet different, not bet more on each individual game. Let's just say my average bet is $30,000. I'm not saying it is, but let's just say it is. My average bet is $30,000 on basketball or football or baseball, whatever the case is. Now, World Cup, I might bet 50. Now, I'm not betting 50 and then 30 and then 20 and then 10. I'm betting every World Cup bet would be 50. Okay. Again, I'm not saying that is my average bet. If it was, allegedly. So that's what I'll do with the World Cup. I will play that a little bit better because I know the person feeding me the information is better than I am at doing what I do. But he's only good at it for a short period of time, so I might as well capitalize it. Kind of like our girl that wants to blow you for 2 weeks, right? She's like, look, I'm kind of busy for the rest of the other 50 weeks out of the year, but for 2 weeks, I got nothing to do. If I don't mind blowing you for a couple of weeks, will you take advantage of that 2 weeks, right? I'm trying to take advantage of this situation. So, again, if someone wants to blow you for 2 weeks, a real good-looking girl that works at Denny's, but she shouldn't be, and she's offering to blow you, take the fucking Billy Joel in 2 weeks, broom her, and go back to doing what you do. That's kind of what I do. You have 1 month of work. Curious to see your approach. Yeah, you'll see it. I mean, I'll just pretty much do I'll give you what I can give you. Joey, don't worry about being late, buddy. You're always good. Objective here, your break it down by yourself. Just me, you're asking me questions. I'm being honest with you. I'm not going to do many breakdowns on the games because I would be in the minority of knowing what to do. And if somebody tells me a game and tells me to fucking swing for the fences on it, I'm going to swing for the fences on it. I don't need a fucking breakdown from it. Jeremy says, look, pop it. Okay, it's fucking popped. End the story. I don't want to know, well, is there going to be penalty kicks? Or are we going to get this? And what's going to I could give a fuck. Just give me the final score, grade it, put the money in my account. End the story. I mean, I know a lot of you guys like to hear this kind of stuff. It's basically, it's an insecure feeling of wanting to be secured on the fact that you bet a game, you want a reason to like a game. Had a guy said, I want to join your service. Why? Because when I bet games, I want to know that you agree with me. So you're going to bet your own games. You're not going to bet mine. You want to pay me just so I agree. So if I agree with you, you can bet more money on it. Yeah. Well, you're an idiot. And meanwhile, I take MasterCard and Visa. What's better for you? Okay. By the way, I took your Kansas championship play in college basketball on Twitter last year. It was sweet. I won about $300,000. I think it was more. I think I won about 300-something thousand on Kansas to win it all because I bet it before it started. I mean, I bet the tournament. I think I did the show before it started. I mean, I think I did it during conference tournaments. Said they were the best team in the country. And then, if you remember, my son told me to hedge. He's like, well, why don't you bet some on North Carolina? I was in the Bahamas then. I bet more on Kansas. Fuck that. Yeah, that was look, a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while, right? What's the difference? Who's in the closet more, Holden or JJ? I think Holden. I mean, JJ's not. I mean, JJ, I think is a bisexual. I mean, JJ's married. He loves his wife and all. I just think every once in a while he likes to hang on a branch. That's my only thing. Again, that's his thing. That's fine. Yeah, but no, JJ's not gay. So I want to go on record. My son is not gay. I'm not telling you every once in a while, he might like to bob on a cob with a couple of his buddies, but that's his thing. Good, let him go. Fine. Just don't fuck up your marriage. Don't ask me for money. So that's it. I mean, and again, I say that, and I say it doesn't matter. He's my son. I love him. If that's what he wants to do, he does it. Fucking can care less. Last, I'll give you my early releases on the Friday show. If I missed that, I'll give you my takes on the William Hills and the rants I have about that. I got to save some stuff. I'm not begrudging the guy, Bob. I mean, he wants to do what he does it. I mean, look, I can give a fuck. I mean, who am I to judge, right? I mean, like, all right, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I blew a guy once. I mean, look, what was I gonna do? I was young. It was fucking raining. I needed a ride. I needed a ride. What was I gonna do? Kidding. Fucking guys believe everything I say. I am kidding. It was not raining, and I did not need a ride. All right. On that note, it's time to get out of here. I think it was a pretty good show tonight. Maybe I'll get an approval from my son. Hey, that was a good show, Johnny. You did really, really good. He eats hot dogs with 2 hands. Yeah, good one, Sauce. I like that one. I'm going to use that one day if I can get permission. You were talking about the SMU game. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I'll do that on the SMU game. I like it under, and I like it under, and I like SMU plus 3.5 for no fucking apparent reason. For no reason. Because if you do the numbers on that game, everything points over. Everything points a lot of points. Everything points Tulane. Everything points over. And I got to be contrarian sometimes. And this is the way to be contrarian, because I look at it like this. I look at this game this way. And again, you have to be able to be flexible, and you got to show some flexibility when it comes to gambling. You got to zig when it's time to zag. And this is one of the games where I think, because here's what I'm looking at. You get two guys, two boxers that are big fucking punchers. And you're like, damn, somebody's gonna knock somebody out. But what happens? Each person is afraid of the big punch. SMU don't want to get into a shootout with fucking Tulane. Tulane don't want to get into a shootout with SMU. So what happens is a 4th and 4, where normally against these punk ass teams they go for it. Maybe they punt. Let's play a game of field position. Maybe they milk the clock a little bit. I think you're going to see a situation in that game where both of these teams, conference on the line, bowl games on the line, there's a lot of things on the line here. When you get games like that, people tend to play not to lose instead of taking chances and letting it all hang out when you have nothing to lose. So it's a lot at stake. And when that happens, I think what we expect, I think what everybody expects won't happen. And again, this is just years of doing this, having the gut and seeing this scenario play out so many times in my life. I've done it, and again, it's easy to say, "Hey, guess what? Play the game over," because this team scores this. Because again, the numbers show this total should be 80. I mean, it could be. Both teams could score 40 points easily by the third quarter. So if you're one of these guys that are going through stats and numbers on this game, you're betting the over and you're betting the home team. Complete opposite of what I'm saying. I just don't like it. I just think that I smell a rat here, and I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna play the under. I'm looking for 1 or 2 drives that end up in a fucking punt. I'm looking for the game to stay close and somehow end in a field goal either way. And that's the way I think it's going to go. And Tulane's good. So is SMU. But sometimes they shoot themselves in the foot on a lot of occasions, and it happens in the red zone a lot. So I did look at that number, and it all points to me smelling a rat. So I'm going to go under SMU plus the points. Play the same amount on each side. If I split, I split. If it becomes a shootout, I'm 0-2. What the fuck? What can I do? All right, finish up. We had a good show. Just not done. All right, Factsman, the easiest way to understand teasers for football. Would you do a video on tennis? Just I would. It's just that here's the thing. I asked people want to do my basketball video. I want to do that. Like college basketball, how to handicapping tips on that. A lot of different things. That I can do, but there's only 3 days in a week, and we got to get so much covered. So, you might want to check with JJ and ask him, if he wants to cut me a fucking check to do some of these shows. I have no problem doing a tennis show. I mean, like I say, that's a sport I probably play more than anything. But and I'm joking about the check thing. I just got to find the time. Again, the whole purpose of me doing this is there's going to be shows I'm going to miss because my daughter's we're going to have basketball games and things like that. So I can't kind of, I'm going to put that first before anything, but I will give you guys the best, the best, when I have the time, my free time, I'm going to dedicate to you. For my family time, I got to do that. Right. So I have to do that. Facts, lock it in Friday. Corey Anderson, minus 25 right now. But if you find inside distance, bet that. I'm not even going to tell you about the UCF, but Saturday was a crazy day, and I don't bet UCF. I don't bet any of that stuff. But yeah, it's I'll tell you that story one day about Saturday's fight that I didn't see. Don't even know the names of the players, but it was a $150,000 turnaround on somebody who never bets UCF in my favor. Anyway, handicappers make money providing services in Las Vegas. Do handicappers make money providing services in Las Vegas? Yeah, I mean, some of them. If boiler rooms, storytellers, yeah. Around gonna take the under in the Redville robbery. Hey, Greg, what's up? You're gonna have to UCF. Is that what I said? I don't know what the shit is. UFC. Joey, quick story. I'm really good friends with Harold Ellerby, Floyd Mayweather's manager, and so he gives me a call and he's like, "Look, I need a favor." And he says, "I need an out for mentions a guy's name who I can't mention, not Floyd, but it's a guy that's it's in the UFC. Is that what it's called, the UFC? And he wants to make a really, really big bet, and I know you're the guy to talk to. So, and I said, yeah, I mean, whatever, I can make that happen, whatever you need. And I said, what kind of money are you talking about? I said, because it's got to be posted up. No offense, but I mean, I got to, So anyway, long story short, we get the deal done, and he says, it was 100,000. He said, could you do 2 million? I'm like, what? He said, can you do 2 million? And I said, can I do 2? No, I mean, are you fucking 2 million? I don't know how the fuck I got 100,000 approved. Are you nuts? And I said, just out of curiosity, why the amount? And I said, evidently you must know something. And he says, yeah, I know that. I don't know the guy's name. I don't even remember the guy's name. He was the champ, AD Israel something. Is that his name? He said he's getting knocked the fuck out. You got my word on it. So Bolivar's there. I don't want to call him. I don't want to call my son. I don't want to call anybody because I never made a bet on this shit in my life. And he says he's going to get knocked the fuck out. This Portuguese guy will knock him fucking out cold. That's the guy, Joey. He says, I will give you 15% if you can get me $2 million off on this fight. I said, I don't know. I don't have that kind of fucking connections. I don't. I said, I'll liable to get fucking killed. And I said, obviously, you must fucking know something if you're looking to bet that kind of money. And he had the money. I mean, Mayweather's people have that money in the fucking bag all the time. And I said, you got to be fucking joking. So I just get him approved for 100,000. I'm not going to tell you where. It's all good. He legalized bet. Fine. And I'm out with my daughter where she's at basketball. There's people in my house for my wife had a party before she left for Vegas, blah, blah, blah. And I completely forget about it. So, I mean, there's like 100 people I need to call and tell them about this, right? But I don't bet it, so I forgot it. And then, bang, I hear that the guy fucking knocked him out. Joey, from what I heard, and I know nothing about this, but this was allegedly the third time this guy Pereira, is that his name, knocked him out. And allegedly there was 3 times he was losing the fight and then knocked him out in whatever. So because I told a friend of mine who's a UFC, is that UFC guy, the story. And he says, man, it didn't take a fucking rocket science to figure that one out. I said, what do you mean? I mean, I know nothing about it. It seemed pretty easy. He said, well, this guy who he fought, he beats him. He was beating him on points the first 2 times, but this was not in UCF. It was either boxing or mixed martial arts or something, whatever it was. And he says this Desana guy or whatever, Adesanya, gets caught and gets fucking dropped twice. So I think this guy's lost. He's knocked him out 3 times. I guess this is the first time in whatever this thing is, UCF or whatever. But yeah, that's what I heard. So I knew nothing about it. But yeah, that's what it was. Plus 90. It was easy money. Like I said, I don't play it. I do not know. I do not know anything about it other than, like I said, the phone call that I got. But you see Bolivar, he's my buddy. I discussed it with him about it, and this prick winds up betting like 15,000 on it just in conversation. Doesn't even tell me about it. And I'm like, well, where's my end? I mean, I told you about it. I said, well, fuck, I figured if I bet 15 on it, I figured you must have bet fucking 10 times that amount. I said, I didn't make a quarter on it. I didn't make a bet on it. Also, this is a sign to bet UCF and college football. Yeah, it might be. Drew, I believe in omens like that. Whoever they're playing, I'm betting them. Fuck it. Let's bet UCF. UCF, consider it a play, whoever they're playing, because it's like an omen. All right, fuck it. 59 minutes. I'm supposed to not do time, Jimmy. I'm not supposed to be doing an hour. All right. Guys, we'll be back on Friday. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you didn't, I don't give a fuck. Give a thumbs up if you liked it. If you don't, just keep your mouth shut. Tell your friends about it. Tell your friends about Joey Work. Tell your friends my son's a half homosexual. Tell my friends that fucking Wes Clayton's my buddy. Bolivar Henry's as well. Drew, all you guys here for supporting it. I'm ending the broadcast like